Hi, amazing that you're here and welcome to my channel. In here, I share tips, experience, and how I guide others into online entrepreneurship. My mission is to help driven, adventurous, and open minded women start building a life that's aligned with their dreams, who are dedicated to showing up for themselves and grow into a strong version who's not juggling for others anymore. Today, I'll cover more about how to share your story and your vision in your content for your business. So let's dive in. Why I started my business is that because of my past experience and my mental disorder, I looked for ways to share my experience and knowledge. And throughout the years, I earned 8 degrees in psychology and I wanted to combine that with living a life to the fullest. And this business opportunity gave me exactly the vehicle to build both sides, my life as well as sharing my vision and story to others. If you want to learn more about me and my background, go to my Instagram page and you can always chat with me or leave a comment beneath this video. My vision contains around 4 topics, and the most important for me are traveling, settling, connections, and support. By traveling, I would love to go to other parts of the world, getting to know new cultures and people. As a support, I want to share my experience and life experience with other people to make them not feel so lonely, because I know everyone has a story to tell and is worthy of sharing their vision and their story too. To settle, I would love to have a tiny house within a couple of years along the shores of the Mediterranean Sea. And based on connections, I want to surround myself with people who respect me and accept me the way I am. Because of my bullying experience in the past, that I've been bullied for years, which cost me half of my life, I'm now looking for people who really support me and lift me up, as well as vice versa. So I want to give you a journal prompt and some food for thought. So if you want to take a break, pause this video for a couple of minutes and go over these questions. What did your vision look like before starting with Enegic? I think I have to take a little break from this because Enegic is a company I'm working with, and that's where I guide and mentor women in. If you want to learn more about this business opportunity, about my mentorship and how I guide other women to step into their full potential, go to the description box and click on the link. Right there you get exactly all detailed information within the training. If you want to catch up with me in the first place, scroll a little bit down in the description box and there you can book a one-on-one call with me in which I share more with you about what I do. So that on the side, further into the questions, you can pause the video and go over what did your vision look like before starting with online entrepreneurship. Did it change after you got started, and what has changed? So pause the video and take a moment to reflect. I want to give you some tips on how to share your vision on your social media. Use a content calendar and create a topic to share on a certain day. And if you're making a post, a reel, or a story, or both of them, so maybe your stories and your posts from that day relate to each other. It's really useful to have a content calendar with a couple of topics that you know you can talk about. So Monday, for example, you always talk about something developing that you developed for yourself over the past week. Maybe on Tuesday you share a little bit more about your children, about your hobby. Maybe on Wednesday it's all business wise, it's about the company you work with or the gratitude for the connections that you have. Make a content calendar so you know on a weekly basis structure what you're going to share. Then share the moment you're visualizing, what your dreams are, and share openly what you want for your life to be filled with. So share your vision board and not only imagine things for yourself, but also make people see your vision board and really make them feel like they're with you in your vision. And of course, tell your story, who you are, what your situation was, what you changed to make it your current situation, and what you're doing to reach the next goal. So in here, I'm going to share my content calendar, and I want to make sure that you're not going to copy this, because my content calendar and the topics I'm going to talk about and that I'm reaching out to other people about are not the specific topics that are openly to share in your story and your content, because my story is different, your story is different, we're different persons with different characters. So use this content calendar as a source of inspiration, that you see how I structure this on a weekly basis. So pause the video if you just want to have a look, but don't copy this. I'd love to give you an exercise for after this call. Ask yourself, do you already have a content calendar, or did you ever heard about a content calendar? I have 4 steps to create something for yourself. First, after this call, write down a list of topics you can share information, a story about with confidence, clarity, and authority. Step 2, look on Sundays. Well, it doesn't have to be on a Sunday. I do this on Sundays, but you can take a day that you prefer to look over your week and on the week ahead into your schedule for the week ahead and see what's planned in your calendar already in your diary and where you can speak about. Step 3 is to plan what you want to talk and share about based on the topics you scheduled by day and combine it with the things that you have planned. And as a last step, organize this calendar in Notion or write it down for yourself so you have a good overlook of what to post and when, and you can take it with you everywhere you go. And of course, break your big goals down into smaller parts. Break your vision down into smaller parts and set achievable small steps to move forward on a daily basis. In here, you will motivate yourself and also your audience, because it's not only rewarding for yourself to achieve small goals, but also your audience is going to see that you achieve the small milestones that in the end will create that big vision. You don't have to reach a certain point to live your vision already. Take the time you have off from your current job if you're already working full-time in Enetic. That doesn't have to be. But when you're still working in another job, take some time off to already implement something small that reflects your vision. So ask yourself, what is my vision? How do I want my life to look like? What can I do already in my life that reflects my vision that I can show to other people? This is what I already implement, and this is what I want more of. Let's dive a little bit deeper into storytelling, because storytelling and telling a story are 2 different kinds of things. Telling a story is just how you tell your story, your past, where you are and where you're going to other people. It's about your life and your life's experience. Storytelling is getting across your message to other people in a way that they fully understand it. And I'm going to share a couple of tips from me to your side. So first, write a story and something in your content after you've experienced it, not beforehand. So when it's not going to work in the end and you're already enthusiastic in front of other people to share something that you're really amazed about, but in the end it's not going to happen, you're not only disappointing yourself but also your audience. My second tip is to have a week planner. You can just buy a really cheap one. I don't know if Action is a store that you have throughout whole Europe and in other parts of the world, but just buy a simple week planner and schedule to get clear on your content for the week every Sunday evening or the day that you chose, and write it down so you have always your content calendar with you and you know what to share specifically on that day. My last tip is to write before you post. Please take 10 minutes or 5, depends on the story that you want to tell or the way you want to story tell, of course, before you're going to create your stories, to write down on paper what you want to share, which story is in there, how many slides you need to get that message across with a clear statement, with a call to action, so a link to your webpage, a link to your YouTube channel, or something else in the end. And of course, show others your journey. When people see the path you've been walking and where you're at that moment, they'll be inspired, and it creates trust in you achieving your goals. So share where you're coming from, where you are currently at the moment and where you're going to. What is your vision? Inspire these people and share them your path. I want to share a lovely quote with you that I do really like, and that is, vision is a picture of the future that produces passion. Let me get that on a replay. Vision is a picture of the future that produces passion. So shortly that will say that if you know your vision, if you know where you're going through, and that where you're going to, that motivates you in your current state, in your current being, that makes you happy and go to achieve your goals. It creates passion and ambition to know where you're going to. So I'd love to hear from you what you think about this call. And if you want to learn more about entrepreneurship, about how to be an independent entrepreneur and how I mentor other women to step into their full potential, go to the description box, click on the link to get detailed information as specifically directly into the training. And if you want to catch up with me first to have a conversation and to share your vision too with me, then scroll a little bit further down the line. There you can book a one-on-one call with me. And I want to thank you, and I hope to get to see you in the next video.